What's up, guys? You're watching Boy TV, and we are back with another reaction. Today we'll be reacting to Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. This was suggested by a patron, so you know how to check it out. I am not familiar with Norman Greenbaum. If you are a returning viewer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. There are 100,000 of you guys that watch my videos and return to my videos, but over 85% of you guys are not subscribed. I know it can be easy to forget because my videos just pop up. I do the same thing sometimes. If this is your first time to the channel, I am new to the rock genre, exploring the mini classic rabbit holes, having a blast. If you want to join me on that journey, take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video when I post. It helps out the channel tremendously. And if you guys are interested in exclusive content or you want to ensure that I react to your suggestion, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have tons of reactions to classic songs that got blocked here from YouTube, songs that I know you guys would enjoy. That being said, let's get right into this video.
Never been a sinner, I never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus. So you know that when I die, it's gonna set me up with the Spirit in the sky. Oh, set me up with the Spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. Go to the place that's the best.
Man, great sounding song by Norman Greenbaum. When this song first started playing, it really sounded like a ZZ Top song. Like I almost thought this was something I had reacted to before. It was really similar to their sound and style, but the vocals definitely made it its own thing. I really enjoyed the bass line on this song, loved the drums, but I think the best elements on this song were the distorted sounding guitars. They really brought like a gritty feeling to this song, which really contrasted with what the lyrics were talking about. Almost like polar opposites. The riffs were great on this song, and I love the background harmonies as well. It definitely added a unique feeling to this song. It kind of uplifted like the gritty kind of feeling, made it more redeeming, if you will. I enjoyed the constant like claps and the tambourine throughout. I don't know if they were actual claps, but they really kept that rhythm going. The vocals on this one were solid as well. Nothing like crazy out of this world, but definitely solid. Now let's get into the lyrics on this song. Generally speaking, videos that talk about Jesus and God and stuff like that, they don't really do that well, which is understandable. A lot of people are turned off by it because in the world, there are a lot of nominal Christians and cultural Christians that don't really represent the faith well. As a matter of fact, they kind of represent the opposite, a lot of hypocrisy, and a lot of the times they don't really know what they claim to believe, nor can they answer basic questions about it. First verse he says, when I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. So pretty simple stuff here. He's just indicating that he believes in the afterlife and he believes that he will go to heaven to be with God. That's who he's referencing when he says the spirit in the sky. Gonna skip the chorus and go into the second verse. He says, prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a friend in Jesus, so you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. Now this is a lot more deep, a lot more direct. So there's some verses in the Bible that talk about God coming back like a thief in the night, like no one knows the day or the hour. So he said you gotta prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a friend in Jesus. So you need to have a relationship with Jesus in order for him to recommend you to the spirit in the sky, God. So there's one mediator between God and man, and that is Jesus. So he's saying having that relationship with Jesus, believing in him, accepting the sacrifice that he made for us on the cross is how you will get your name written in the book of life. So when we accept Jesus and we put our faith in him, then Jesus vouches for us in front of the Father on the day of judgment. So I like the way he put this. He said, recommend you to the spirit in the sky. And that's kind of what it is, more or less. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I think he goes over something else a little bit later, so I'll save it for then. The chorus goes, whoa, he'll recommend you to the spirit in the sky. That's where you're going to go when you die. When you die and they lay you to rest, you're going to go to the place that's the best. So obviously just talking about heaven again here. This next verse goes a little bit deeper. He says, never been a sinner. I never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus, so you know that when I die, he's gonna set me up with the spirit in the sky. So at first glance, it might be seeming like he's saying he's perfect and he's never done anything wrong, but I think it goes a bit deeper than that. The Bible says in Romans 3:23 that all men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So everyone has done wrong. No one has been perfect except one, and that would be Jesus. And that's why he was able to be the sacrifice for all of mankind, because he did no wrong, but he got punished for everyone's wrong. So now what Norman is saying here is that when I accept that gift of salvation that comes through Jesus based on his sacrifice, I am essentially being clothed by him. I've been washed clean. I've been made pure. The Father no longer sees my sin because I have believed and put my faith in Jesus, who did no sin. His sacrifice covers me if I accept it and I believe in him. So on the day of judgment, if you accepted what Jesus did, he will see Jesus instead of you. So he will see the one that did no sin, had no sin, and he will accept Jesus as the substitute for you. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and nobody comes to the Father except through me. And so that's what Norman is acknowledging here. Jesus took the penalty for all of my sins, which satisfies God's justice for us breaking his laws. And so now in the new covenant, we believe in Jesus as our mediator to get us to heaven. So man, this is a deep song. This is like one of the first songs I've heard in rock that like almost preaches the gospel in a way. I feel like he did it in a more palatable way here. He didn't go like super deep, but if you look into it, what he's saying parallels the message of the gospel. This is a great song, great recommendation from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll catch you guys on the flip.